Well, here goes. I'm trying to do this video. Van's parked in the yard here in Arizona. It's about 5 p.m. So, we unlock. You know what the front of these things look like. The driver's seat does swivel around. So this is the door opened, and I'm going to step up in. I got a step down below. So step up in. This is the dinette in front of us. Driver's seat's not turned around now, but when it is, it makes the other seat on the side. And the back of the dinette. Underneath that, we have our batteries. This is a drawer. Has like the necessities for camping in it. Down below, more camping stuff. We fill it with extra food when we go. And underneath here, you can see those drawers. And then my inverter, and underneath that is my batteries actually, a pair of 6 volts. And that's the vent for them, goes out to the outside. And the inverter is right there with a disconnect. That's the red button that you can see. Dinette's pretty comfortable. It's not quite wide enough for 2 people, unfortunately. Behind that, we have a porta potty. You can see the broom, and those are window coverings. This just lifts up. And you can see the porta potty, and there's everything you need there. So you can stop. And underneath that, I store a TV. It's a Samsung, 19-inch Samsung, and it allows you can run it on 12 volt, and also with an adapter that I bought, and also you can play video into a USB port, which is right down here. Very handy. That hangs on the wall when we're not traveling. Yeah, those are the window coverings. They're reflective. I bought them from a company in California. It's on the site. And then in the back, there's a couple of storage bins over the wheel wells. They're probably full. You see this stuff in there. There's one on the other side. Same thing. There's a little step stool we occasionally use. And you can also see the fire extinguisher. This is the galley. It sets in the opening. And we have a refrigerator. So 12 volt or 110 volt. And below that, there's a drawer, and that is full of canned goods and food when we travel. It's empty now. I also have a butane stove. It uses these canisters. You can find them on eBay, cheap, $15. We have a drawer up here, more cooking stuff, that sort of thing. And on the top, this is the silverware drawer. So we're pretty well equipped. This little galley all comes out. It can be lifted out. It's hitched down, bolted down. So I don't know if I get back further enough so you can see the whole thing, but you know, has a sink, battery, you have a switch for pump. Over it on this side is a paper towel holder, very nice one. It clicks, it doesn't go turn on itself. lights, so cooking. And then on this side, there's the light that I moved that was the original compartment light. And then my cabinets go clear to the back on that side. I have no idea what's in these, so hopefully no surprises for you. Well, this one is just empty. You can see the insulation. I never really finished the inside of them. I saw no real need to. This is across the back. And then on the other side, more clothes. I know there's clothes in here. Yeah, you know, just the sort of things you'd want if you're camping. And then my wife, she's a little fussier, so she uses these little tray things, puts her clothes into those, and then puts them overhead. Along that side as well are all the electronics monitoring. This is a meter for keeping track of power used. This is my controller for the solar power. This remote turns on the inverter. I have a set of switches that are marked for various things so I can shut them off completely if I want. And then lastly, we have a WFCO converter that charges the batteries and also has 110 volt breakers and some 12 volt fuses. Overhead, we store our bedding. It's over the cab, so we just stuff in a pillow, and then we have this large Kelty sleeping bag, takes up the other side, and we just push it up in there. It's right near the Fantastic fan, and we call the large sleeping bag the bear because it's just a bear to move around. But anyway, pillow goes back in. Everything stores up there very nicely. Sorry that the sun is so bright. The ceiling is very simple. It's just some polyisostander insulation is glued up, and then this is headliner I bought at Joann's and glued to the polyisostander. It makes a ceiling of about R10, and then I put in ribs like this to cover the ribs, and you can see they're screwed into the metal ribs below, and it reaches from side to side. I'll turn around and you can look at the back, see the ceiling maybe a little bit better. It's just a very nice, simple, normal looking ceiling like you'd have in an automobile or something else. The bed, I should have set the phone up, but I'm sorry, I got to start this from there. This is the bed. It's closed now. It works with the cushion up here. It works as a pretty nice couch. And if we have people come in camp, are camping near us, and they come in for coffee, there's seating for 3 there. We lowered it a little bit. It used to be higher so that it would make it a little more comfortable, and I'm just pulling it out now. Once it's pulled out, I'm going to adjust, put all the cushions down. You get the idea. They aren't quite all down. It makes a little larger than full-size bed. It's 54 inches wide by 74 inches long. I have a little cubby in the corner. I keep a flashlight and my glasses in. You can see that in that corner. And we've got some safety equipment, the smoke detector, CO2 detector. The thing on the bottom down here is a remote for the lights so we can dim the ones over the bed. There's the smoke detector. I may have covered that before. We have a little remote thermometer that gives us inside temperature and also outside temperature. It's kind of nice to know how cold it is when you go out in the morning. Windows are awnings. They thread out like this, so if it rains, you're still good to go. And the Fantastic fan opens as well, so you can have some light and air, and it's fairly quiet. It came with a 3-speed, and I adjusted it, so I put in a rheostat so I can get every speed. But it's normally a 3-speed, which is probably fine. I'm going to step back outside a minute. I'll give you one last. Oh, we have a curtain, and this is for somewhat for privacy, but also for temperature. We can slide this across, and it then gives you a separation from the cab. I don't know if you can get that idea, but there's the doorway, there's the dinette. It's turned out real well. The line it runs on and the hardware is from IKEA, and very, very inexpensive. I'm going to step back out. You can see there's not much green here in Arizona, but that's the way we like it. This is a vent for the refrigerator. There's a small fan in the refrigerator, and then this is our water jugs. There's you know, fresh water, potable water, and this one is for gray water. And we also carry some water in gallon jugs so that we can have really good drinking water, not risk drinking the water out of that. I'm at the back of the van. I'll show you what this looks like. The van has some storage under it. The bed, of course, stays the same height. And we use three crates in here. Right now I've got my grill, which usually is on top of that crate, and then the other two are normal plastic, you know, crates with lids, the kind of thing you store your Christmas decorations and stuff in your house. And we have in the sides, in the compartments, a tarp, triangular tarp I made. You can see on my site. One person can put it up really easily, and you know, hiking boots and other extra things of that sort. So there's really quite a bit of storage space. I have a hitch on it so that I could put in a bicycle rack, carry some bikes on the back. The van, this one happens to be a diesel 136. It's been really completely great van. That is, we've had no problems with it of any kind, and gets great gas mileage, diesel mileage. So all in all, we're very, very happy. We've camped a lot in this. In the year and a half that we've had it to camp in, we've probably camped close to 4 months now, usually around a month at a time. We'll continue to do that, I think, probably as long as we own the van. Sorry I had to send this in 2 videos, you know. That's the way it is. It's very bright out here, but you can see the solar panels. I think you can see the solar panels on the roof and the fantastic vent open at the front. Very simple. Solar's wonderful. Okay, hope that helps. Get the beer cold.